Is there something from the start of training camp to now that you feel like you've advanced the most on during this period of time? Maybe something that's further along than when you thought?
I would really say that the guys' level of communication has turned up a ton. We've done a lot of drilling on letting them figure it out. And, because we talk about the continuity and bringing everybody back with the chemistry, but the one thing that can get missed in that process is how much you really communicate because you start to assume. And right now, these guys have done a great job communicating with one another.
I know defense is a team thing, but when you think about like one-on-one defense, you guys have a lot of guys who can play isolation defense at a high level. Is that like, can you get the sense that these guys take pride in that? It just seems like a lot of guys talk about it as if they feel like they can stop anybody.
Well, there's multiple text messages that went out through the summer to guys, wanting and willing to take on that challenge. You had guys that would say, they want to make the all-defensive team. And obviously if guys are good individually defensively, then that will help us, turn the corner for us as a team defensively, achieving some of the goals that, you set forth in order to become a top 10 defensive team.
What have you seen from Anthony so far in preseason? I know he's a rookie, so where's his progression and where's he made the most games?
Well, to the point I made earlier, it's more the communication. He's become more of a presence on the floor, and I think with all young guys, it takes them a minute to try to figure out what's going on, where do they fit, the style of play, the speed of play, and he's done a great job with that. And now he's finding that voice in commanding the floor. I think that's going to be the big piece with him that he'll continue to grow at, but he's gotten better since the beginning of camp.
We were just talking to Chuma. You said this preseason is different for him. It feels almost like the regular season. Have you noticed that intensity in practice?
Well, we've said it from the beginning, and I think that's the message that we wanted everyone to hit home with. I think it's easy to say before you start camp that it's going to be a competition. You're going to have to fight for spots. You're going to have to fight for minutes and compete for those minutes. It's easy to say, but now when you feel it real time, and he's been here, for 3 or 4 years now, he understands now this is the first time it's been where you're battling for every moment that you can step on the floor. I mean, there's times in our scrimmages where guys are trying to sub in, and how guys don't want to come out, because they want to stay on the floor. And I think that's the level of competition that these guys feel and they're wanting to have.
How much can that competition you just mentioned really translate into games? Anthony and Cole both mentioned to Anthony today, Cole yesterday, about how that competition is really there. But from a coach's perspective, how much can that help the team in the regular season?
Well, you want to make it more difficult in practice than the games, and that's your hope, that they've worked so hard and competed against each other so hard in practices that the games, come easy, to some degree. That they've felt and seen every situation, that they've been guarded by our multiple, great defenders. It's interesting and great when you have, Jalen Suggs guarding Markel Fultz, or you have Gary Harris guarding Franz Wagner, or J.I. guarding Paulo. Like, those situations enhance your game because you have some of the best defenders every single day.
And I'd assume that correlates with just benefits of having a lot of depth and health.
That's the beauty of health and depth, absolutely.
Jamal, what are some of the goals for tonight's game?
To see different lineups, a level of continuity, and I say it all the time, but I want our guys to continue to understand that it's not necessarily who you play with on the court, it's how you play. The concepts of what we want to do, continue to move the basketball, share the basketball, defend at a high level, finish possessions off with rebounding. So all those little things that we continue to help these guys understand, just can we see that with the different lineup that we'll see on the floor tonight?
Is there a plan for tonight? Is it going to be operating much the same way as it did the previous 3 preseason games?
No, what I'd like to do is just continue to give different guys more opportunity. Obviously it's continue to be a tune-up for some guys, but also for being able to look at different lineups throughout the game and see what we can do with those guys. Giving guys opportunities that may not have had more of one throughout, the early 3 preseason games before.
Start of training camp to now, do you feel like there's something specific that you guys are further advanced on than maybe you thought at this point in preseason?
I think our defensive principles are coming along well. We're learning the schemes, different coverages, and all around I think we're just defending well as a team.
What have you learned about yourself so far? Obviously it's only been a few weeks since training camp started, but is there something specific or even just in general that you feel like either you're more advanced on than you thought, or maybe you feel like has been a little harder than you anticipated?
I mean, really, a lot of it is new to me, being in this position, but I'm trying to just take it day by day, grow every day. Really, all parts of my game I feel like are growing, so I'm trying to keep doing that throughout training camp and even with the season starting.
What are you hoping to get out of tonight's game, final preseason game? You've gone through 3 of these now. What do you want to get out tonight for you?
Just another chance to get more comfortable for me. Every game I feel like I've taken a step forward from there, so tonight, hopefully I'll do that again. Every day I'm just trying to take baby steps forward.
What was the first home game like for you?
The last game we just played.
Yeah.
It was super fun. I didn't know how many people. I didn't expect that many people to be there for a preseason game, but it's definitely fun playing in front of the home crowd. We got another chance to do it today, so it's a good day.
What have teammates been telling you about just kind of like getting through the preseason and just kind of the progress that you've been making and what they're seeing from you?
More control, managing my teammates a little better, kind of being in command and just talking to guys. That's been a big area of growth for me throughout the whole camp, coming into a group of all older dudes. So I think that's at least what I've been told that I'm doing a better job of.
Have they kind of like started preparing you for what the regular season is going to be like? Like, hey, this is preseason's this level, but regular season is going to be another step up.
Yeah. I mean, but for now, today we're trying to just finish the preseason on a good note against a team coming. So I think after today, we'll really start focusing on that.
Should be a festive atmosphere tonight, obviously playing a team from another country. How special is it going to be for you to be able to do that?
Really fun. Just getting to play against some new competition, new faces you don't always play against. So yeah, it should be fun for sure.
And offensively, what are you really hoping to focus on tonight with your game?
Being a floor general, controlling the game, getting my guys in the right spots, calling the right sets, and just flowing the offense smoothly.
What has surprised you about Coach Mosley? Have you gone through training camp and a lot of practices now under your belt?
Just how hands-on he is with really everybody on the team. You see videos of him jumping in workouts with different people, different days. So it's rare that a coach is able to and willing to get out there and kind of help in the workouts. So definitely really hands-on development-wise.
Cole was mentioning yesterday that there's been a lot of competition in practice. Have you noticed that, and what has that done for you?
Of course I notice it, yeah. I think it's good for everybody on the team to compete against each other. Just with how talented of a group we are, I feel like our competition makes us better. And every day we play, I feel like we're getting a little bit better, which is great. So personally, it's helping me be more acclimated to NBA defense and pressure. So I definitely appreciate the competition from everybody.
Is everybody good?
Yeah. Is there something specific that from the start of training camp to now you feel like you guys are more advanced on than maybe you thought at this point of the preseason?
I would say probably just our communication and our defense on the defensive end. I feel like we're doing a much better job of communicating with each other, and being that we know what we want, we know what we're looking for on the defensive end. I feel like that's what's made it easier because we just drilled it in so much this whole camp. So yeah.
You're someone that takes pride in one-on-one defense. Seems like a lot of guys on this team do the same. Do you feel like you guys are a team that can excel in isolation defense, maybe going up against guys like, whether LeBron, Durant, you've done that before? Do you feel like you have a lot of guys who can do that sort of thing?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we got all the way down from the guards to the bigs. I feel like everybody could guard 1 through 5, honestly. And then, if somebody get blown by or something like that, then we got to help because that's how our defense is designed. It's designed to keep our man in front of us, but at the same time, if something does happen, then we're there to help each other out and pick each other up.
What are you hoping to get out of tonight's preseason game for you personally?
Me personally, just trying to continue to get my legs under me, continue to take good shots, and just continue to play and just try to have that winning mindset, winning mentality. That's what we're going to have going into the season if we want to do what we want to do. So, just continuing with that winning mentality, not taking no games off. That's it.
You've been through a couple preseasons in your career. Does this one feel any different? I know some of certainly you're healthier for this one than maybe previous ones, but does this one feel any different from a team perspective as much as it does from an individual perspective?
I would say it feels different, but only because I feel like it don't feel like a preseason. It feel like we actually in season right now. Like we've been drilling everything, so I feel like like this preseason is the season. We starting off with we got a winning record right now, so it feels good. We learning how to win. We know how to win because we've done it multiple times, plethora of times. So, I say just as far as that goes, that's the only thing that feels different.
What do you want? What do you feel like you've gotten out of the preseason individually? I know obviously like health has been a big thing, especially early in seasons for you. How do you feel like you've played so far in these 3 games?
I feel like I played good. Of course, I could always play better, but that's just just coming in here, getting my work done every day, and then when game time comes around, that's when it'll show. But other than that, I feel like I played good. I feel like I've been finding my shot. Got to make some more shots, but I feel like I've been playing good.
Chuma, the other night on the telecast, at one point a camera caught Joe Ingles kind of in your ear, gassing you up a little bit. Just what has his impact been since he's arrived for you and for the team?
I feel like he's had a big impact. Since the moment he walked in here with us, he's been communicating and talking, and I feel like that's good coming from where he's come from. He's had a winning career, I feel like, and he could bring over some of his knowledge, which he has been doing. He speaks up in the film room, he speaks up on court, and like you said, like you just seen the other day, he pulls people aside, tell him what he sees, and we just take heed of it, and we just keep on working.
Jonathan Isaac was saying that on Tuesday, he tapped you on the shoulder and was saying like this is the biggest crowd he's seen for a preseason game at Amway. What have you noticed just from the fans at Amway, and how excited are you to get in front of them this
How'd
season?
you hear that?
He said that yesterday, media session.
Oh, he said it on media.
Yeah.
But he said, what was the question again?
He said he tapped you on the shoulder and was like, man, Chuma, like, this is the biggest crowd I've seen at Amway in the preseason.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to know if there was something that you've noticed from the crowd at Amway and just how pumped are you to play in front of them this season?
Yeah. I feel like last year and this year, the crowd has been amazing. It's been magnificent. We've had a good crowd, and then compared to other cities in the preseason, I feel like we have had the biggest crowd so far, and we could feel it in there. All the emotions going, and it's been feeling good. Honestly, it gives us energy, and then we give them energy. So it's just the energy feeding off each other. So yeah, it's been feeling good.